Welcome to the final video on the day for today, Tuesday, October 28th. And this is a video for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. This is at a mile and 16th on dirt for 2-year-old males. This is really the first big road to the Kentucky Derby race. There were 13 horses entered, but just before I was going to record the video the first time, this is actually a little bit of a re-record, I checked Twitter and I saw that the Del Mar Futurity and frontrunner winner American Pharoah is out. So I'm so glad that I waited a few minutes to record this video because I had to scramble a little bit in picking my top 3 because he was in my top 3. So there are 12 horses who will go instead of 13. That is a major scratch. But don't feel bad too much for his connections because his owners have a horse that's also in the race, and his trainer has a second horse. So who knows, one of those 2 horses might win. So let's go ahead and take a look at the juvenile field. Number 1 is Calculator. Elvis Trujillo will ride for Peter Miller. He is by In Simulation, second behind the now scratched American Pharoah in the frontrunner and the Del Mar Futurity. Number 2 is Private Prospect. Jesse Campbell will ride for Michael Campbell. He is by Discreet Cat, second in the Arlington, Washington Futurity, and won the Prairie Meadows Juvenile Mile. Number 3 is Blue Dancer. Rika Walcott will ride for Greg Tracy. He is by Bluegrass Cat, winner of the Ascot Graduation Stakes and Winnipeg Futurity. He is undefeated in his career. Number 4 is the European, The Great War. He is by Warfront. Ryan Moore will ride for Ian O'Brien, won the Blenheim, and then was 11th in the race before that. Of course, number 5, American Pharoah, has scratched. So number 6 is Lucky Player. Ricardo Santana will ride for Steve Asmussen. He is by Looking at Lucky, won the Iroquois, and was second to Private Prospect in the Prairie Meadows Juvenile Mile. Number 7 is Texas Red. Kent DeSormo will ride for Keith DeSormo. He is by Fleet Alex, third in the frontrunner. Number 8 is Super Colossal. Paco Lopez will ride for Eddie Plisa. He is by Warfront, won both the Tyro and the Sapling. Number 9 is Carpe Diem. John Velasquez will ride for Todd Pletcher. He is by Giants Causeway, and he seized the day when he won the Breeders' Futurity. Number 10 is Mr. Z. Mike Smith will ride for Wayne Lucas. He is by Malibu Moon, second in the Breeders' Futurity, and 5th in the Iroquois. Number 11 is One Lucky Dane. Rafael Bejarano will ride for Bob Baffert. He is by Looking at Lucky, broke his maiden in his last, but he's been improving his position in each start. Number 12 is Daredevil. Javier Castellano will ride for Todd Pletcher, won the Champagne at Belmont in his last. And then last but not least, number 13 is Upstart. Jose Ortiz will ride for Richard Violet, won the Funny Side, and then he was second to Daredevil at Belmont last time out. So that is your field. So again, from the post 1 to 13, number 1 is Calculator. Number 2 is Private Prospect. Number 3 is Blue Dancer. Number 4 is The Great War. Number 5, American Pharoah Scratch. Number 6, Lucky Player. Number 7, Texas Red. Number 8, Super Colossal. Number 9, Carpe Diem. Number 10, sorry about that, Mr. Z. Number 11, One Lucky Dane. Number 12, Daredevil. And then number 13, Upstart. So that is your field for the Juvenile. A couple of thoughts before I get into the picks. Really not sure how the Great War will take to dirt, conventional dirt. I'm not sure if he has any poly experience. Super Colossal is a very interesting horse in that he won 2 races that used to be, I think, pretty big races for 2-year-olds in the Sapling and the Tyro. Both of those races are at Monmouth. Hasn't run since then. Calculator. I think this is going to be his derby. Just the fact of who his sire is. Sire was more of a 1-turn horse than a 2-turn. But he showed that he can go 2 turns in the front runner. I think he is probably a dirt mile candidate for next year's Breeders' Cup at Keeneland. Blue Dancer is taking a monster class step in class. The tracks he has been running on are bull rings, so they aren't as big as Santa Anita, Belmont, Keeneland, Pimlico, Delaware, just throwing out some tracks. Del Mar, of course, also not a bull ring. And the fact is that he's facing better quality horses, and that's probably the bigger deal, because he's probably already gone. He might have even gone 3 turns already, and a lot of these horses have only gone 1 or 2. So he's gonna have to use that Canadian bull ring form and move it to a larger track against better quality horses. Mr. Z is the horse who I was talking about, basically kind of in the Juvenile Fillies horse, and how I said that there was a horse similar to Take Charge Brandy in the Juvenile. He's the horse. Ran great at Saratoga. Kind of threw in the tower at Churchill. Improved pretty much big time. And at Keeneland. I think there are a couple of surprises. The fact that Hashtag Bourbon, who was a very big buzz horse, really hasn't gone forward. We'll probably see him in the Kentucky Jockey Club Cup. So he's a big loss here. Of course, American Pharoah not going. Daredevil, not really sure what to think because his win was in the slop. Upstart, trying to do well as a New York bred. Of course, he won a New York bred stake and then is now grade 1 placed. So he's done well so far in open company. Texas Red, his sire was 2nd in the Juvenile. Same thing with Lucky Player, and One Lucky Dane, because they share a sire. Let's see what else. I think that's it, yeah. Of course, Carpe Diem, his sire, 2nd in the Classic. Private Prospect, his sire, kind of threw in the towel in the Breeders' Cup. dirt mile. So yeah, very good field, even without American Pharoah, because we have a couple more Grade 1 winners. So my pick to win the race, I'm going with Carpe Diem. He certainly seized the day, as I said, in the Breeders' Futurity. And I think he'll seize the day again in the Juvenile. I think I'm not sure if he'll eventually be better than Daredevil, but I think as a 2-year-old with who he's faced, it's a little bit better than Daredevil. No offense to Upstart, but I just feel like that with American Pharoah now out of the race, Carpe Diem, who was going to be my pick anyway to win, will end up in the winner's circle. I like Lucky Player to finish second, because I like that Churchill to Santa Anita move for 2-year-olds. And the fact is that the Santa Anita Derby winner this year, second time in 3 years, believe it or not, after waiting a long time, won the Derby. Of course, with California Chrome, and then, of course, 2 years ago with I'll Have Another. But neither of those horses were in the Juvenile, like these horses are. So, and then for third, I have Calculator, only because of his run-up finish in the front runner. The fact that he knows this track, and of course there's also Texas Red, and One Lucky Dane, who's also a California horse. But I just feel like Carpe Diem, Lucky Player, and Calculator are going to go 1, 2, 3 in that order. Daredevil, Upstart also have major chances. Blue Dancer could surprise everybody and get the win, but I don't see it here. So again, Carpe Diem to win, Lucky Player to place, and Calculator to show. So that is the Juvenile Preview. Now, for the older horses, I'm going to get more back into the in-depth videos, which will be a lot more helpful. So they're going to be a little bit longer. And actually, they'll probably be about the length of the prep videos were earlier this year. So I will be back tomorrow with the 3 sprint races in a dirt mile. So until then, bye.